But, well, I mean, it's just, well, that's unrealistic.
Yes, it is.
But, you know, when you lose an argument and you go downstairs afterwards and be like, yeah, okay, well, he's probably right. You know, and then you know it was a good decision, so.
Yeah,
Is today the 3rd? What is
all
it?
day today.
My Fitbit's telling me I need an EDA scan.
Really? Can you do that here?
Yeah. And then it asks you, how are you feeling? Are you upset?
Stressed out. I'm Supreme Commander, I got too much to carry on.
Well, I immediately flew away to the office. That's the scary stuff.
I went to physical therapy this morning because I've got a problem with my hand. I can't feel some fingers. And so we're
Same
trying,
thing I got.
she's trying to help me out with it. But one of the things was, you know, so how would you grade your stress level? And I was like, that's pretty good right now. You know, I mean, you know, if you asked me the same question 6 months ago, you know, I'd be giving you about a 10 on the scale of 1 to 10, but now I'm at about a 2.5 or a 3, kind of enjoying myself. Good stuff.
I put 2024.
Yeah, my hand. Well, I lay down in bed, what happened, it goes to sleep, I mean, it just gets throbbing.
Mm-hmm.
But it did that for about 2 weeks, and I'm hanging off the bed, I put heat on it. It's here about 4 or 5 days, it'll quit. I don't do it no more.
I've been going on 2 months now, and these 2 fingers are numb.
Yeah.
And so she kind of diagnosed what the problem was and gave me some exercises to do. So I'm gonna do those exercises. We'll see how they work. But
Yeah.
she was having me do all different kinds of motions and exercises while I was in her office. And I'll tell you what, there were a couple of them where, you know, it's like, you know, all right, well, you know, hold your head this way and, you know, wave your arm like a chicken wing or something. And I'm doing it, and I was like, wow, you know. I mean, I hit that nerve or whatever it was. And she's like, okay, well, we know where the problem is.
I don't, you know, when it comes to doing exercise and stuff, I just rather take a pill. Anything to make it.
Maybe a drink.
But I hear nicotine helps, but I haven't, somebody was telling me that there's a study now out that says nicotine helps with long COVID.
Oh.
And I thought, well, that's all I need to do is get hooked back on nicotine after I took years to try and get off the damn. It's like being hooked on heroin.
Yeah, well, I don't smoke anymore.
Yeah.
I quit smoking a long time ago. I'm here to tell you. That goes well.
That goes well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I like how you put the stickers on there, cause you know, I don't want to think of that. I don't like have to worry about anything, feel uncomfortable, or think about it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna pass this for you guys to sign where it's appropriate, you'll see which ones need your signatures and which ones don't.
Pile of them.
Well, immediately when I get to be chair, things start happening.
Oh, this one's just the chairman, so
You got it.
that one's good. Yeah, this is just the chairman. But here's one.
They're closed, but these have more surface area, so the pressure.
Stanley Sims.
see, I don't mind that, I don't mind that at all. There's one lake I used to go fishing at. Clark Canyon, down there by Down. It's incredibly cold, just from where it is, and the wind is horrible. The wind blows all the snow off the ice. So the ice is crystal clear. But it's thick. I mean, the ice is every bit of that. Okay, and like, that is safe. That you can drive a truck on, right? So that, I mean, you know, you run a whole damn granite drop. But during the day, the sun will hit it. Okay, and
First couple layers, a little slushy.
well, no, it won't even make it slushy, but it'll warm it up just a little bit. But then if you stay out there, as it starts to get close to dark, it starts to get colder and freeze harder. And then what happens is water will freeze. Right, but what if it gets so you're on an entire lake where the ice is.
I can't believe.
So you're sitting out there and.
What's that?
Oh, I'm working on a portable air compressor I've had for a while. It's got a gas engine on it, see. I used to have it in my work pickup. It's been sitting out there, and I thought, damn, I need to get this thing running and sell it. Somebody. I need it no more. Well, I worked over it. I think it needs a carburetor, something plugged. I can't seem to do it. It'll start, it won't run. I'm not getting gas. So I thought, well, I wonder what a carburetor costs. Carburetor for this thing, a whole kit, man. You not just the carburetor, but everything. I mean, the filters, the spark plugs, the whole 9 yards. I just added one to the cart for $18.97. Can you imagine?
Well, you know, what's really interesting though, is those things can be,
Oh, it's one of those things.
they gotta adjust it. You know, you gotta get the right air
Yeah.
and fuel, but you know how to do that, I don't. And I'm like, damn thing doesn't work. I've had 3 lawnmowers that wouldn't start after they've sat for a year.
$18.97 with free shipping.
I get it.
You know, I ordered filters for my furnace, my new furnace. It's got these 25 by 24 inch thick filters. And man, the one I put in there, one I got with the setup, it's just black. I'm not sure why, but I think it's pulling up. So I ordered them. There was 2 of them for $60. So I ordered 2 and I got them. They've been sitting there. Finally, the other day, I thought I better put one of them in. Found out I got the wrong size. Instead of 25 by 20, it was 25 by 18. So they don't fit. So I took them back, told Cheryl, well, I'll have to return these and get the right one. And I ordered the right ones. 5 of them for $122. But she got a hold of Amazon and she wanted to return it, and they said, don't bother, just keep them and return your money. That's what they do, we want them back.
Well, somebody's probably pretty smart, they said, this is just too much effort to try to deal with this. You know, that's kind of how, remember Walmart had a no returns, no question asked?
Yeah.
They determined that the amount of people that would actually return something and the cost that would cost them is way less than the goodwill when people will buy because they know they can.
I was reading an article in Reader's Digest about that. Returned items, they mostly throw them away.
Yeah.
They don't resell them, they don't do nothing with them. Down in Chile, they have a whole valley down there. They take goods from all over the big, and they fill up this valley with everything. In a junkyard. But here, look at that kit I ordered. It's got the filters, it's got the gas, it's got spark plugs, it's got everything for $18.97.
6.5 horsepower engine. And that's probably the only thing wrong with that engine.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, because it's sat, you know. I took the carburetor apart.
Did you soak it in that solvent?
No, I didn't have any solvent. That's what I probably needed to do, because it's got a plugged up journal somewhere in there.
Yeah, you might not even need a whole, you know, what I did with mine is, also I needed to do was take off the bulb piece that had the needle, and I sprayed that solvent. I didn't realize what I was spraying, when I got it all in my hands, it burned the shit out of my hands. But it made me say, this shit works. I mean, it cleaned that up like you wouldn't believe. And then all of a sudden, you put it back on and you rip the cord and that
Right up,
lawnmower started right up.
Well, I did all that. Well, I didn't have any salt, so I put it all back together and yeah, it started right up and then it quit. And I'd spray leaf and it started right up and it quit. It's not continuing to get gas.
Well, you know, my Polaris, I got 2000, when was 9/11? 2001? Or 2011. So I got a Polaris from 2011.
Yeah,
No, it was 2001.
2001, you're right.
And I've never replaced the fuel filter in it. So in order to start it, I gotta open the gauge and let it drip for about
I just put a
15 minutes.
carburetor on Amazon in the car. Can you get that? I did it on my computer. No, I have to throw it. Are you? Well, we're not getting the parts till next week. She brought it in, it's beautiful, but she spelled Randall wrong. I never even thought about Randall. She put two L's, which you can spell it either way. But we got to look, and we looked at everything and said, no, it's just one L, so she's gonna fix it. And we put honorable, H-O-N in front of his name instead of just two. Honorable Randall, small name, so. While she was changing stuff, so yeah, it looks really nice. Well, Randy's gone. Well, they swore in Adam's the judge, and Randy's not, he may not come back to the courthouse, but he's still in town. Yeah, we probably will, that's what I was saying, we're probably getting back to the courthouse. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll set it up for next week sometime. Yeah. Probably. Might try someplace else. They did. I'm sure they were. Well, I'll get this carburetor for the air compressor. I thought, well, can't get it to run. And I thought, I wonder what a carburetor costs for that. I don't know how to do that. It don't matter. I can find it again. But yeah, a carburetor, an air filter, spark plug, gaskets, it's all for $18.97. How could you go wrong? Why not even clean a carburetor ever again?
Some Chinese.
All right, bye. She said I could share it, but I don't know how to share it.
Sure, what's that?
Well, I was gonna see if she would pay for it.
Yeah, you can share it.
Yeah.
What you need to do is
Share it to her computer. Well, it'd be on her email, I guess.
Yeah, whenever you buy something, it gives you an option to share,
Well,
and you can just hit it, and then
well, I'll get it again. I know how to get it.
it's unbelievable. The more I mess with this stuff, the more powerful it gets.
I worked on it yesterday morning, took everything apart, put it all back together.
There's a satisfaction when you fix something like that. I don't know how to describe it. I go back to it and marvel at it whenever I do something.
I got these projects in my shop that I got. Well, I got an old four-wheeler I haven't ridden probably for 6, 7 years. I had a sprayer on it, I can go out and spray weeds in it. That's when I wrecked on it, that's when the last time I drove it. That was about 2 months after I got out of the hospital.
From the wreck?
Well,
no, from your
falling off
fall.
the
Then
drain.
when you went right.
And I got on that four-wheeler because I had a 15-gallon tank on the back, and I had one, and I go and spray Scotch thistle and thistles. And I was driving down this road out there in the North Pasture, and I got off a little bit, and the damn thing rolled over.
Yeah, they're notorious for that.
Yeah, and, well, I broke 4 ribs and my collarbone.
They roll on top.
Same 4 ribs that had just been healing up.
Oh my God. You're kidding me.
In my collarbone, and I could not turn that thing back over. No way, it hurt too bad for one thing. It's too heavy and I couldn't do it. Of course, I didn't have cell phone coverage and nobody knew where I was. I walked up on top of a hill and my God, I got a signal. And I sat up there and I called Cheryl, she wasn't available. And I tried to call everybody I could think of, but I finally got my cousin Karen. And she said, oh, I'll send Dave, or brother Dave, I'll send Dave up there. And then I called Gary Eliason. He said, oh, I'll come later. And I was sitting there on that hill, and here pretty soon here comes about 4 vehicles roaring up that road. And I thought, wow, I got attention.
I knew a guy, so I used to help a rancher in Utah, and there was a guy that owned, and so these guys had like their 3rd, 4th generations, and they leased over 100,000 acres of BLM land. And they were, they weren't really rich people, but they were connected. I mean, they had these leases, and a lot of other ranchers would throw their cows on there, and then they'd have these gatherings where they would help each other. And but one of this ranch was the Russell Ranch. His name was Russell, and he was maybe 50 years old, and just a real hand. I mean, and then I found out a year later he died. His 4-wheeler rolled over and killed him. That's how he ended. Probably all the danger he faced all through his life, and I'm sure he took chances.
Well,
That's what got him.
Pat Turley, he's a cousin of Mike's down there. He was at Inglebar. But yeah, he rolled that 4-wheeler over and killed him.
Yeah, so it tells you they probably need rollover bars or something. Because I've got one, they're handy as hell. The one I have, which is really funny, so I bought that in 2001. It's a Polaris Magnum 345
Yeah.
4x4. It's red, white, and blue. It was after the 9/11. It was
Oh, okay.
a commemorative model, and I paid $5,000 for it. And I used that thing every day, twice a day for 7 years, feeding horses. And then I stopped using it, but I still use it now. It still runs. It's still.
Well, this one was from the 80s.
Well, that's a lot older.
Yeah. But it ran good. I just let it set, And
Oh, yeah,
I thought, well, I gotta get it going, because if I ain't gonna use it, at least I can sell it.
So what size is that?
It's a 250. It's a Moto 4.
Four-wheel drive?
Yeah, Yamaha.
Yeah, see, back then, that was probably that was the thing to have.
I got it for reasonable, because it was my uncle's, Uncle Wesley's, and he got a new one. because it wouldn't run, it wouldn't start, it wouldn't run. And my cousin Billy was working on it, NC shot, NC shot. And I told him, well, that's what I said, I'll take it, I'll tell you what I can do. I put a new spark plug in, it started right up, it ran good. He said, well, you can just have it, I got another one, so I got it for nothing. Well, I got it for the price of a spark plug.
Interesting.
Well, it was handy, till I got a side by side, which I use all the time.
Is the sheriff coming?
He's here.
He's here.
Well, that's why you came in here. You wouldn't waste a trip in here.
Hey, now that I'm moving around better, I in and out all the time.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Turley's MIA.
He went to a funeral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
He will be
requires
back.
you to bow when you come in.
who,
Yeah, I know the
Jazbeck's
chairman.
funeral?
Huh?
What's that?
Jazbeck's, whose funeral?
Yeah.
Jazbeck's?
Faye.
Yeah.
No, you went to what?
Jazbeck's funeral.
Okay, but that's not, it's today. That's where Turley went.
Oh,
He said
Whose funeral
Faye.
was today?
Faye Turley?
I'm not sure.
Oh, is that Mrs. Vescovy's mom? Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep, Mrs. Vescovy's mom.
Turley.
I cannot do this.
Faye Turley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a very nice lady.
Can't be in that hardly either. Look at the
Yeah,
chairs.
that looks like that'd be worse, but
No, this one doesn't have any arms on it, so.
I gotta have arms, otherwise I'd fall out.
So, just so you know, FYI, Mr. Pancras is now the chairman.
I do know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He requires you to bow when you come in.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of changes.
Okay. You want your 10% of my paycheck,
Yeah,
friendship dues and all
first
that?
thing you and I need to
All right.
talk.
Friendship dues.
Yeah. Well, so, Marcy Brookie might show up here, we'll
Oh.
see. We'll see if she shows up, but I'm going to share with you something, and I am not pleased about it. I'm actually kind of, I know I'm being recorded, but I'm pissed. I am, without a
Okay.
doubt, pissed off. So, we have a communications officer, Sabrina Strickland. Sabrina Strickland was a post-certified law enforcement officer out of Mississippi.
Right.
So we had been trying to figure out a way for Sabrina to maintain her certification.
Right.
Because in Mississippi, the post certification expires after 1 year instead of 3 years like the state of Montana. And we had explored some avenues of trying to use her as a reserve, but she's already an employee, and it just turned into a mess. All these different catches, and there just was no good way to do it, unfortunately. And I'd spent quite a bit of time talking to Post, talking to the Montana Sheriff's Peace Officers Association about avenues to get her
Yeah.
so she can be working somewhere and maintain her certificate for a while. Then she only has to do 8 hours a month, that's it.
Okay.
I had an epiphany because I knew that Sheriff Paulus over in Golden Valley had just lost a deputy, and I thought, hey, I told Sabrina, I said, Sabrina, you should call. I called Bob and said, hey, I've got this communications officer that's a post-certified officer. You should hire her part-time, get her to keep so she can maintain her certification. And I told Sabrina the same thing.
Okay.
She went over there and Bob hired her full-time. She's quitting me in the communications.
Poster from me.
He poached her from me, and it's rude. It's rude
No-
behavior.
No good deed goes unpunished.
And I know it, but I don't know which I'm more angry at. Those two for doing that,
Yeah.
because it puts me in a bind again. And it costs this county a lot of money. We put a lot of time and money in training her. We
Right.
put a lot, and we're gonna have to hire again.
Is she
It looks like
moving?
we're having huge turnover at the communication center, so people are gonna start wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It just,
Management.
or should I have just kept my damn mouth? I'm
Well, I
maybe
guess
working-
that shows you the good deed the good deed that
I'm more
gets
angry
punished.
at myself for saying anything than anything.
Oh, I don't think you tried to do something nice for somebody.
Just cannot believe it. And then for Sheriff Paulus, who I've worked closely with for the last 20 years,
Right. And he knew what you were trying
Well,
to do.
did you let him know? that-
oh, absolutely knew what I
And
was.
well, after he did it, did you say, what do you?
No, I haven't spoke to him since.
Because it could be,
He
you say,
tried
you
to
know
call me,
what?
and he knows what he's done is wrong, because he tried to call me to make amends yesterday.
All right, there you go.
He knows that this isn't, and I called one of my mentors, one of the other sheriffs, retired law enforcement, had way more years than I ever thought about having, to ask, am I high and right for being irritated by this? And it was like, no, you're
You're right.
You're right. You got hosed, and it's just bull.
Well, see, I've been on the other end of that where there's been a job opportunity to me to go somewhere else, and I'm like, why are you not? And they said, because we don't wanna piss off you work for them, not us. You know, they really watch the boundaries of poaching.
Right. And so, and I understand Sabrina's motivation. Do
You think, well, is she gonna have to move?
No, Bob lets him live out of county. So,
So how do you run dispatch out of county?
she's not running dispatch. She's gonna
Well,
be,
not run, but be a
she's gonna be a law enforcement officer.
Yeah,
Oh,
so she's got a little commute.
so she's gotta drive. Okay.
She didn't have to drive. And
How far away is that again?
I don't
What county is it?
Golden Valley,
Let's go.
right next to
Right.
it. So, but she lives down south.
Well, you brought Bob in here and we voted on Ben, you know, when you brought him in.
Oh, 100%. Bob and I worked closely for years, and this is rude. I've helped him out. I've sent drones over for him, and my manpower over there to help him out. This is just rude. And I'm so freaking frosted by it, I just can't even stand myself. So,
Well, maybe his explanation is it's what she wanted to do and she's gonna make more money. I don't know. You know. But I would listen to what he has to say.
Gonna have to let it go.
And then just say rude.
rude. Rude behavior. So, I mean,
No more drone support.
well, there's,
Well, we actually had a drone damaged.
yeah, I'm aware of that.
Well, they helped him
Which
out.
was a discussion this morning with the undersheriff, that in the future, if it's our county, and we've got 30, 40 mile an hour winds, but we can still fly, and we need to, we
Yeah.
will. But if we go someplace else and it's not pristine conditions,
That's probably a good policy.
we're not going to want.
Although you do wanna help. You
I know,
The
yeah.
whole mission
Yep.
was